Little chwille, lef byrth gren. This is a Roman road. It's the Roman road that comes up from Andover to Cunetio, which is 2 miles to the east of Marlborough. And it's still a track today. It's not exactly what I call a road, but down at the crossroads it becomes a road and heads down to Tidcombe. And in the medieval perambulation of the Savernake Forest, and we're back here again. I think this is number 7. Within the parish, I think I'm still in the parish of Bedwyn, Great Bedwyn, and in the perambulation, this road probably becomes Coal Roader, which means the coal road. There's, from Old English, coal can be either black or cabbage, but what we have here is in Savernake Forest there was an area for charcoal burning, so it could very well have been charcoal, which gets its name, which used to be called, before we had coal, charcoal was just coal and it was black, and that's why it got its name. But anyway, yeah, this is a disused Roman road, and what we're doing today is looking at a brail, which is a form of bailiwick. This is Sainfoin, which is a nitrogen fixing plant like clover and peas, and but what makes this good is that what it does is it's very nutritious food for sheep, but it doesn't give sheep bloat, so it's really good to prevent diseases there's one less disease for animals when they eat this. So the Hampshire used to be pink with this stuff, it used to be everywhere. In wherever there were sheep leys, here there would be Sainfoin. And this is a particularly beautiful one. I have a little bit of Sainfoin in my on my allotment, just for, I don't know, a respect for the past, I think. But this has got very beautiful and pink, but this has got a blue tint on the ends of the flowers, which is very nice. The windmill behind me might have been here for hundreds of years. Not that particular one, but the site with a windmill on it might have been. The reason for that is because the road it's on, just over here, is called the Millway in the bailiwick perambulation of the Brail, and it calls it Millway. Now it could be there could have been a mill at the bottom of the road where it meets the pond, and I'm sure there's a stream there and everything, but it didn't look to me like anything was flowing at all. It looked just a spring with bubbling water coming up. So there are ways to turn a bubbling stream into a torrent, to turn a watermill, but I suspect not here. So it does suggest that mill site up there has had a windmill on it for a long time. So what is a brail? Well, I haven't seen it very much. It's one of those, you will see it on the map of should you happen to go walking in Savernake, you've got a map. you will see the word Brail, and you may go, oh, that's interesting, I wonder what that is. Is it ancient? You know, and it is ancient, but it doesn't tell us about the ancient topography of England, because it comes from France, but it is older than the French. So it is a Romano Celtic word, meaning forest. But it means, in English, it means a place where chaseable animals like deer, hares and so on are hedged in. It is like a royal forest, but deforested. But I mean, it still has its woods, but it's no longer royal. But it is described in the documents that talk about the royal forest of Savernake. So it is related in some sense. Maybe it's a license for noblemen to have their own mini forests. So brails are basically mini forests. There are other languages that have the word, a similar word to braille in them, that talk about the same thing. So it's a very, very old word, but it's hard to categorise relationships in the English landscape using it. It's very hard for me to say something definitive. Apart from, there are other places in England that have brails, but it sort of leaps, that word leaps out of the map in this area. They say on the sign over there they're removing any ash trees that have dieback on them and replacing with native trees. And it is a shame about ash dieback disease, but they do look pretty healthy here. I know we're getting into oaks. Oaks and ash seem to go quite well together. But I do feel sad when I see a ravaged ash tree. So the perambulation of the forest perambulation, which is a circuit of the forests where legal people and local representatives would remember where the boundary is, and then it was written down. So it was called, this ridge was called West Ridge, and we're coming down the ridge now towards the what was known in anglo-saxon times as the Bedwyn, today known as the River Dun, but has the two villages, the two Bedwyn villages that take its original name, and that is a Brythonic. This is a very, very early Welsh name. There's a north-easterly wind, which is why it doesn't feel very summery, but the plants are reacting. It is they think it's summer, and so do the birds singing away. Well, there's a north-easterly wind, so it's coming, from the icy wastes. This cold underlying wind, so when the sun shines on you, you feel it's summer, and then when the sun goes behind a cloud, you go, "Whoa, where's my coat?"